Chicks here from Comic Asylum Palm Desert, and I have a very special sidekick today. Unfortunately, Miss Lucy is not going to be able to make it today, but I've got my side chick Heath here.
Hi there. Hi everyone. I'm Heath Cunningham, and I'm here today. We're not two crazy chicks today, I guess, because Lucy isn't here.
Yes, so it's going to be chicks and a side chick, I think.
All right. Sure. Okay.
It'll work. It's gotta work.
It's gotta work.
You know?
Okay.
So, we're gonna talk about you. So basically, for all of you guys that's wondering who's behind the camera yelling at us constantly, it's him.
That's true. That's true. I do.
Yeah.
I produce and edit this show. And the Tuesday show, the weekly rundown. So usually I shoot it and then I edit it and then it goes up. So.
Yeah, and he also is our double check. He double checks and pronounces our words for us properly. So you're gonna hear it a lot, like in the background, like, you know, it's like, hey Heath, like last Tuesday, I think we just like, Heath, we don't know, ask Heath. Me and Lucy were like, just ask Heath. You know, it's he's actually our lifeline when it comes to pronouncing words that we can't pronounce. You know, English is like a second language for us. So.
Is it? Is English your second language?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah, we can.
I mean, you have an accent, but I thought that was just like where you were from. I didn't know that English was your second language.
It is my second
Gotcha.
language.
So what exactly is your first language?
Tagalog is Filipino.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the main dialect in the Philippines. So.
Oh, okay, great. Because I actually didn't know that. Because I know people from the Philippines, but I didn't know what the actual, like, the dialect was of that region, or like what the official language was.
There's so many dialects, so
Gotcha.
that's the main one. Like, just basically English. Well, heck, English is like the main language, but we have like so many different in the countryside and whatnot. But let's not talk about me. We're talking about you today.
Fair enough.
I mean, I will bore you with my life. I don't honestly. And then anybody wants to get to know me, you know where to find me, right?
That's true.
So you moved here from where?
So I'm originally from Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. So well, I mean, if you want to go all the way back, I'm originally from a place called Bristol, Tennessee. It basically is on the border between Tennessee and Virginia, and I lived there for 10 years. And then I moved to Hilton Head Island, and I lived there for, 6-7 years, I want to say. And then I moved to Idlewild, California, and I lived there, up in the mountains. It's about an hour drive away from here up the mountain. And I was there for 2 years, and then I moved back to Hilton Head for another 2 or 3 years, and then now I moved back here, and I've been here almost 7 months.
How do you like it?
I like it a lot. It's definitely different, and it's a little more of an adjustment than I'm used to. Just because, really, for a lot of my life, I lived in the South, and so it's a very different vibe here, and it's a very different thing here.
No, thank you for making our video really look professional. Because I mean, Anna, you know, she saw it. It was like we were working on a laptop, and you made it very, very nice and professional. And it's been, I mean, people have come to the store and have mentioned, like, you know, it has improved a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
They like it. So I only hear like every minimal stuff, but it's not something that I would like.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we're still sort of figuring out what works. You know, I think that, you know, some things, and I think that, you know, since we're gonna have a break, because we're breaking this will probably come out on Friday or Saturday.
Yes.
Because I will probably upload it before I leave. So I'm gonna steer us here. We have what is this in front of us? What are we doing?
Well, we're gonna actually do it's like / Heat interview, and then we're gonna do a Christmas tradition, which is gingerbread houses. Do you do gingerbread houses every year?
No. When I was a kid, I used to. That's actually what I used to do when I was a kid for Christmas. I would make each member of my family. My mom and we would make a gingerbread house for. Or like one year we made like out of like pretzels, we made like a sled and used like the candy ropes to make like for it. It was so like that's what we used to do when I was a kid, is like make them for the different family members. Did you have to make it
not pre-made like what I just did?
Oh no, like, it was like you buy the graham cracker. We did it. Sometimes we do it at a graham cracker. Sometimes out of actual gingerbread. But no, it was like you buy like the little just rectangles, and then you make it from there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because I mean, when I'm not that old, but when I was a kid. I really don't remember a lot of those like pre-made gingerbread houses. If not, my mom definitely would have bought any of them because that's not really she was very much like a make something from scratch type of person.
Is that a Southern thing?
I think so, especially when it comes to cooking. And that's something that both her and my grandmother both instilled in me. And that's something sort of like in my profession and stuff, and sort of in my hobbies. That's something, you know, if you can do it, make it from scratch, you should. You know what I mean?
So okay, I know you're gonna steer me away from gingerbread, and we're gonna actually work on this.
Okay.
This is gonna be tough, you guys. You know, I'm not really trying to be Martha Stewart here because I'm
trying to be Martha Stewart.
And so when you decided
Mm-hmm.
to join us and you approached me how to make our video blog better, and I know we had this conversation before, and I wanted to make it on a video for people to hear. For everyone to hear. Okay? So what made you, because you are my pool member, and you came to me, and what moment did you decide to just like, what the fudge cakes is happening here?
Well, I think a lot of it is that, so that's what I do, that is my profession, is I am a videographer and a filmmaker, and I also do photography and editing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was looking at the videos and I was like, it's not a way to like, it just wasn't a professional quality production. And I thought that,
so you gotta remember it's Southern, so you gotta be nice, right?
Okay. That's what I'm saying. It just wasn't, because you're trying to make promotional material, and I saw that it's about promoting your business and about sort of showcasing businesses, and I was like, well, I think that I can use some of my skills and sort of the stuff that I've learned to help, you know, just sort of make it a more professional production.
So did you go to school for this?
Yes. So I've always wanted to make movies and work in the film industry and that sort of stuff. So the last 2 years of high school, that's why I moved to Idlewild, actually. I went to Idlewild Arts Academy, and I studied film there for 2 years. And then I did a year of college at SCAD, though I wouldn't really count that as much of an education, because, I don't know, that was not a very, it wasn't the best. They have a wonderful animation program. They have a wonderful art program. If you're looking to do 2D, 3D, anything involving art, like drawing or animation or anything, that is the school for you. If you're looking to do theater or film, maybe not.
Wow. And you know what? When you initially came up to me and said, like, you know, I do this, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to see what you do.
Right, of course.
And you've actually sent me a couple of links.
Yes.
And I was like, well, I can't afford him. I honestly cannot afford you because it was professionally done. And there's this one video that I like. You did it on a theater. What was that? Where was that?
So that was actually in Hilton Head, South Carolina. That was for I did it for a friend of mine. His name's Ben Wolf, and he does a. Can you pass me the scissors?
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to just put it on my corner.
He runs a theater program every summer for like high school theater students who want to basically learn what it's like to be in a professional production of a play. So essentially what they do is they make they, over the course of 3 weeks, basically put on an entire play over the course of 3 weeks.
So do you have a team when you're going in and doing your videos and whatnot?
I wish.
It's just, you know, it's a one-man show.
Yeah, and that's and I think that's anyone who does freelance for at least for the first few years. That's sort of what it ends up being is you're sort of one-man banding it. Oh dear Lord, I'm making an egregious mess.
I gotta give you credit too. So you stay with us we see you twice a week.
That's true.
Tuesday for a weekly rundown, and then on Monday.
Dear, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
I'm ruining everything. Christmas is canceled.
It's part of your gingerbread. That's part of it, right? I have no idea why the holes are big.
They're far too large, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what. That's good.
So for everybody who's wondering what the heck we're doing, it's gingerbread house. This is the first time I bought it from Trader Joe's. I've always bought it from Target and Stater Brothers, and the problem with those is the frosting is so watered down that it doesn't really glue it. This one, you actually have to make the frosting yourself. So you can have control of how thick you want it to be. But the holes are too big.
It's true. That is the problem, is that it is sticky enough, but it is certainly not, the holes are too big.
So, obviously you want to go for it.
Yes.
Okay, and I've asked you this because you're helping me with your goodness of your heart, and we appreciate it here.
Well, of course,
Palm Desert, truly appreciated. But what are you trying, and I've mentioned this, can I have that on the video vlog too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I've asked you this, like, what are you trying to get out of this? Is it something that you want to cross promote, you want to get your name out of there? Because obviously we're doing a video and hopefully working on some cons, because I know people. Hopefully they know me too.
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is I really do just want to help, and just sort of work on a production. And my job that I currently have is I do mostly photography, and so I haven't, for the better part of a year, haven't done that much video work, and that's sort of an editing work, and that's sort of where I thrive. And so it's nice to have a project that's involved with its editing and video and that sort of thing.
And you're producing too at the same time. And
yes.
You kind of somewhat direct it too, because you tell us like what's up. Like you don't, and I think now that we're on how many videos, we've done, so we are finding our niche and what to do and not to do and all that stuff. So,
I think so. I think the last two videos especially, we've really started to hit a rhythm.
What is your favorite thing, and I know, about editing?
About editing?
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy answer. I think rhythm is a really important thing for me. So once you sort of find a rhythm in editing and it sort of starts to flow and really come together, especially with, and I know I sent this to you, I have my friend Chris Glick, who is a drummer in
Who I
Hilton.
met last
Yes, you did. And he, together with him, I filmed, we did 5 drum covers of songs that he decided to pick, and we shot them. And those were really, really cool because we shot, one of them we shot on a dock, and that was really nice. Mm-hmm. One of them was shot out in like the woods.
In the rain, right?
Oh yeah, well we shot one like in my driveway, but we made it all rainy and stuff, and that was really cool.
Did you do the effects on that one too?
Yeah.
I thought it was really rainy.
What we did is there was a part in the song where it kicks in and we do like a rain effect. But then what we also did is we had like a bucket of water and we threw it on him. So that way it sort of gave the effect of like while the rain was coming, and then he was already really wet, so it just kind of...
I see, okay, yeah, it looked really good. I mean, I think that's the moment where I knew that I really can't afford you. Because there was like, there's an effect, there's like, he's drumming in the middle of nowhere, and the spotlight and all, it was wonderfully done.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I told you, I'm like, I can't afford you. You're gonna start charging... send it to the bill to my husband, yeah.
But yeah, so we did that one, and then we also did, we did one in an actual studio of a friend of his who was a music group in that area. And then the last one we did in one of my friend's garages. But what I did is I made it look like, because I think that one was Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. So what we did is we made it look like an old 8mm film. So it's all like, it's 4x3, so it's like the actual like letter box. And that one's pretty cool. I really am proud of that one too. And I like all of them. But with those, really, the editing for me is when you find the rhythm. So when we were doing those, and we really got in, when I was editing, and we really felt in a flow, and where, everything was edited on the beat and that sort of thing. And that's something I did with the theater videos as well. Is we did a lot of, because it was all to music, because it was essentially a montage, essentially like a 2-minute montage of different parts of the process. Mm-hmm. So that was really interesting, is sort of, I like to really edit on the beat and sort of find a rhythm. And of course...
So is that the reason why you put like a background music while we're doing a video vlog?
No, that's just sort of something ambient because these are a little longer. They're 30 minutes to an hour, and just having something besides talking under kind of just helps sort of with that as opposed to just sort of silence.
Yeah.
And that's just something just sort of to add a little bit, just so that way it's not just
talking.
Just talk, exactly.
So let's take you back a little bit. So this is Christmas traditions. In the South, what do you guys normally do differently for Christmas?
I don't know necessarily if there's anything.
Do you guys caroling? Do you guys do?
I don't carol. I think if I carol, I think that no one would be allowed to carol ever again if I decided to carol.
Why?
I think we would make children cry. It's not something I want to be involved with. No, but we don't usually carol. Really, it's a lot of the same traditions. You know what I mean? Is that we put up a tree, we decorate. I mean, my mom and I, though, we go very big.
So, when do you guys decorate? Do you guys decorate and skip Thanksgiving, or do you guys do like...
Well, I think that depends on which member of my family you ask. If you ask me, Christmas really begins like in the middle of November. Like, for me, it's like the whole season. Like, I start like putting out decorations, I start listening to Christmas music. For me, like the whole Christmas season, I'm like immediately into it. That's how I am. Some members of my family are a little less than that. Some just like it, at the beginning of December.
You guys get fresh trees?
We did at my house, like when I was with my mom and everything. But we got with my girlfriend, I got a fake tree this year, and it's nice. Actually, it's a really nice one. We decorated it a bunch and stuff. So.
See, so now I gotta share you my little traditions. So I grew up in the Philippines. I came here when I was 14. Oh my God, there's a bug. Oh my God. And our traditions there is like we go midnight mass. I'm not sure. Do you guys do that?
Well, we did like evening mass, not midnight.
Right.
So we usually we'd go about 6 or so. Because that was like the one that was like a little bit shorter, and it was still mass, but it wasn't like traditional Catholic mass. It was a little.
Yeah. So in the Philippines, do you guys do that, Anna? For like Noche Buena? We do Noche Buena.
Oh,
you guys do on the 24th, right?
24th.
You guys eat dinner, and then you open presents on the 24th. So we go to the mass. It's a midnight mass in the Philippines. Like the mass starts at 12 midnight.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I know that a lot of churches where I'm from have that. But usually we just go to we usually just go to like the 6 o'clock one.
Yeah, and then and then we go, like it'll be like some. You done?
I think I'm gonna probably add a couple more things, but mostly.
What? I'm not even done. What the heck?
What do you think? How's it look?
That looks good, but I think you need more frosting.
More frosting? The
Yes.
whole thing is frosting. I have frosting on the table. Not the tablecloth, but the.
Because it's not snowing where that house is located.
That's true. I forgot that. Like, it's not only a building material.
So we go to mass, and then right after that, we have like little. It's called bibingka, and it's a rice cake with coconut and all that. And it's specially made on Christmas. I mean, now you can, I guess, purchase them in different Filipino bakeries. And we look forward to those things. And then we eat dinner, we exchange gifts, and we open presents. And then that's basically what we do. So I don't know how you can actually, you stay with us.
Yep.
And have all this wonderful lights and the cameras. We have 2 cameras rolling, and then be behind the camera and watch us for an hour, or maybe 3 hours. That's why we capped it for an hour.
Yeah, that's why we started capping it.
And you have to edit it yourself too. So how long does it take for you to edit?
Oh, to edit the rundown takes me probably, I don't know, 2 hours, maybe, not that long. Not that, maybe 2 hours, because usually it takes me at least, because usually it'll take whatever the actual length of time we're recording. So with the rundown, usually it's 30 or so minutes. It's not that, the rundown's not that long. And plus adding in, the music, and then the comic book actual logos, and that sort of thing.
Does it help that I send you that ahead of time?
Yes, I also, though, I found a website that I can download them all, and they're all the same size. So I have a preset set up where I just download them all of whatever came out, and then I just pop in the preset, and then it'll go to the exact same spot. They're all the same size. So that was what I was originally having to do for the first 2 or 3 was getting all the pictures and then individually sizing them and placing them. But now since the files are all the exact same size, the pictures are all the same dimensions. I just have a preset now that I just set it to go to that specific thing. And so then when it just does that, so so like I'd say rough 2 hours to do that. These ones though.
The rundown is 2 hours.
Roughly, yeah.
Editing, and then the video itself, which is this one, how long is it going to take you?
This one I don't know because we have talked about a lot of different things, so I don't know. I gotta kind of figure out what we're gonna.
I'm glad I'm baffling you.
But usually for ones where it's off topic, I'd say anywhere from I don't know, gosh, sometimes up to like 6 hours. This one will probably take me about 4, maybe 5, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know though. Oh no, that's not bad. But it takes a while to edit these.
Don't you end up like getting sick and tired of us? Like, I don't want to see chicks for a week or loose. I don't even want to hear their voices,
No, but it's a pretty straightforward process. Mm-hmm. It really just like there's nothing about it that's ever like now we've really got it down to a science.
So what do you currently do besides doing the editing? What is your day job?
So my day job is I do, right now I do real estate photography is sort of the main part of what I do. So shooting a lot of houses, especially in Palm Desert and in Indio, La Quinta. I do a lot of business in La Quinta, in Cathedral City, and I work for a local company, and that's sort of what we do. But I also do video work, like as a part of it. The company isn't just real estate photography. So I do a lot of different things for those for the companies. Mostly it's pictures, but we do some video sometimes.
Do you do anything else? So you do can we say that commercial?
Yeah.
What's the term for that? Like, what do you do? Commercial, real estate?
I would say real estate photography, video work of any really video work, drone work. And then because I'm not like an employee. I'm technically freelance, so I'm allowed to do my own I'm allowed to do this. You know what I mean? Is that like it's not like I'm strictly only working for them. So I do freelance stuff as well. I've done a couple of things, not that much here lately, but but I do that as well.
But your heart is more like in the videos, like
well, especially in narrative work, which is what I'm hoping to eventually be able to get to do. Because I've done narrative work before, but not anything like big or any, you know what I mean.
So, what other interesting hobbies are you into?
So I do voice acting sort of as a hobby.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I
see you like pretty much every day. I don't know that.
Yeah. So I do that occasionally, and like it's not like I've done like anything important, but like it's something that I have the capacity to do, and I have the professional equipment to do.
So you can change your voice and.
Yeah. Like I don't know any because I used to do impersonations. I used to do that for years, and I don't remember.
What else do you freaking do? You cook, you impersonate people. Hopefully, you don't impersonate any of us.
No. But yeah. So I do voice acting, and I'm actually right now I'm doing this like fan game thing. They're remaking this game like a fan community is remaking this game, and they're dubbing all the voices, and I'm doing a couple of the voices in that, and that's pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really fun. But yeah, I do that sort of stuff. But yeah, other than voice acting, I do cosplay and stuff. Because what I used to do is prop making. I did that for a very long time, fabrication and that sort of stuff. I still do it every now and again.
So you cosplay, and
I haven't done it in like a year or two.
Do you make your own costume?
Yeah. You're not like I'm going to do it.
I kind of cheat because I have somebody make it for me.
Well, what's his name? I can't remember.
Lee
Friend, that's right.
Yes.
No, well, and it's not like I make it from like scratch, like because he makes the pattern. I don't do that, but I do like collect materials and sort of put them together. It's not the same thing. Like if it's a shirt, I'm not gonna make a shirt because I don't know how to do that. But I buy a shirt that's like what I'm trying to do, and then either improve it or make it or weather it or whatever it needs to do.
So what characters have you dressed as?
Gosh, I did. A few years ago, I did a Metal Gear Solid one. I did Snake or Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid 3. I did a full Fallout cosplay. I did the full jumpsuit and the yellow and all that stuff. Gosh, I used to do them all the time. I did a Joker one years ago. I was in like middle school. I did a Joker one. I can't remember. Let me actually look at my phone and see.
And you're gonna have to show this. All your pictures.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Are you
about
supposed to
that.
showcase about you, Heath? It's got nothing to do about me and Anna. It's about you, Heath.
Oh, I did a Walter White one time.
You did?
Yeah, it was years ago. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It actually wasn't that bad.
No, that's wow. Can you put that on the video?
Sure.
blog?
And then, well, I think my favorite one's the Fallout one I did, and then my second favorite one is Ash from Evil Dead. I don't know. For me, yeah, I did this. So I did that one.
Oh my god. So are you gonna show everyone so they can see how creative
we'll
you
see.
can be?
Depends on how much I hate myself that day when I'm editing it. We'll see.
What day is that? What time of day?
I don't know. Usually I edit late at night.
Wow. You have been a poll member for
Yes.
about how many moments now?
Gosh. Well, when did the Spider-Man game come out? Whenever October. So I've been a poll member since October.
Wait a second.
Yes.
The first time that you came in my store, what did you think about my store?
I thought it was cool. It was really cool.
Was it just me or Lucy that assisted you?
It was you. You were the first. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, no, because I'd only really been in one, maybe two other comic book stores. Because I started collecting in 2012, whenever Death of the Family came out.
2012?
Yeah, I think it was 2012.
I'm not sure.
Because I collected all the, because I collected every single issue of that when that first came out. So I wanted to make sure I got all of those, and then that was right when Deadpool ended during that run.
The first run.
Not the very first, obviously, because that was like the 70s or 70s or 80s.
80s.
No, but it was like the 2009 to 2000, like the one that really popularized Deadpool. You guys had a second print number one for a while here.
There's so many Deadpool.
Yeah.
Have you seen my comic book?
That's true. But it's the one that was like that during that run. I was reading that and I got like the last couple issues.
Do you know who's the writer?
Oh, let me look it up.
Looking it up.
Because I know that they right after they started a new one immediately after that, and it was not very good, and I didn't like it. Because that was the one where he like fights all the ghosts of the presidents. But the one before that was really good.
Is it Deadpool Kills the Universe?
No, it was before that even.
Okay, what was that? Now you're
series. I'm trying to. Okay, let's see. Series. Deadpool. That's the new one. Where?
So we're gonna have to showcase this for tomorrow, Heath. So everyone knows that that's what's up.
Daniel Way. It was the Daniel Way run.
See, 2012 you said?
I think so.
I think
it ended in 2012.
So
Because it was that. It's like that. I don't know if you've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was the one that was really
are you
good.
into Deadpool?
I liked that. I mean, that to me is like the iconic best of all the Deadpool comics. That series is like the best one.
Okay.
And I haven't read, though I've started collecting the new Scotty Young. I have every issue except for issue number 1 and issue number 5.
How do you like that?
I haven't read it yet. The new Scotty Young one, I haven't read.
You haven't?
No, I'm just collecting it because I just got them.
Okay.
I just got them
Let
last
me
Wednesday.
know how you like it. Because I'm actually following the Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Oh, I like that. I've been reading that.
That one's by far the best, and it's still ongoing. I think it's been ongoing for 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
And it's been, they have cleaned the slate so many times, but Spider-Man, Deadpool, they have not pleased Marvel, don't. Because it's just perfect. The whole combination of them together, the chemistry.
Well, did you read, do you remember issue like 18 and 19 where it was like that, it wasn't like a symbiote, but it was like that girl that was like super scared. And like, what I liked about that part of that arc was that Peter got super like angry and
Did
like
you know that's
vengeful.
actually issue?
Is it really?
Yeah, because they featured a girl. The
Yeah, I don't
Oh
have the
my
I
God,
don't
I
have the
forgot her
first one, but I have the last one of
Yeah.
that arc. I think it's issue 18 or 19, but it's like the Spider-Man Deadpool. It's like the crumbly cover. You guys actually still have a couple.
And then there's It's a Bitsy. That's
Yes.
It's a key issue.
But that's such a good arc because like Deadpool really comes around because Deadpool like is such an interesting character when he's written correctly. Because when he's not, he's just I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because that's why I hated after Danny Away, the run immediately after Danny Away, because it was really just not good. It was just kind of boring and it was just silly.
So I want to know what your opinion is on Scotty and Deadpool, his version of Deadpool.
I will let you know when I read it because I haven't read it yet.
Because I've and I guess maybe it's in fairness, so I only read the one. So let me know.
I will, absolutely.
That might be my take. And again, with the comic books, there's other, people's how they can take it or how are they, different translations. So,
yeah.
In opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else are you reading?
I am reading, let's see, I gotta look. I just started the Uncanny X-Men, which just started coming out a couple weeks ago.
How do you like that?
I really like it. It's very like, because I like old school X-Men. Like I love the movies. I love like all of, even the bad ones. I love all of them.
Oh.
But here's the thing, right? Is I know that they're bad. I'm not like, man, that was a good movie. Like I recognize that it's a bad movie, but I still like it.
But can I ask you this?
Sure.
X-Men Apocalypse versus...
Oh, Apocalypse is the only one I hate. I hate Apocalypse. That one's terrible. Such a bad movie. Well, like everything with Xavier in the school is good, but like anything to do with Apocalypse, like as a character, it's just boring. Like I just don't care.
I wanted my 2.5 hours back.
Oh yeah.
So, can I ask you?
Sure.
Apocalypse or Suicide Squad?
Which is worse?
Which ones you would actually rather see? If you were to be punished for like the whole day to watch.
I think it have to be Apocalypse because at least Apocalypse, the parts where they're at the school and doing school things is like the original movies, and I like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, what's his name? What's his name that played Quicksilver? But he's in it, and like he can do whatever.
Quicksilver. When I felt like he needed to do more than just like
show up in that one. Yes, but he was still in it.
He's one of the strongest.
Well, I mean,
superhero
that's why Days of Future Past is so good.
Yeah.
It's because but I like that one. At least has some fun bits in it of like old school X-Men style stuff that I can get behind. Whereas Suicide Squad offered nothing except boredom.
Oh. Why did you have an opinion, Anna?
I like Suicide Squad.
You also like Green Lantern, so I don't know what kind of credit do I give
No. To be fair, Green Lantern is not good, but it is a structured movie. It is a better movie. Okay. This is something that I want to address, especially with comic book movies. Is that there is especially as a person who works in narrative film and that sort of thing, there is a huge difference between liking something and thinking it is good. Those are two very different things because one of those things is subjective. So your opinion is subjective, whether or not you think it's good or not. So like you like it, you don't like it, that's fine. You can have whatever opinion you want. But the objective, whether it is a good movie or not, has to depend with the craft itself.
Okay.
So the cinematography, the editing, the directing, and the acting, all of those things, plus 1,000, because it takes 1,000 different things to make a movie. But those things are, while to a certain degree they're judged subjectively, that is pretty much an objective thing, because it is not something that is based on opinion, it's based off of
facts.
Well, it's based off of like techniques and things, and there are plenty of like rules that are broken.
Okay, so from all three, Justice League, Suicide Squad, and Green Lantern, which one's the better
Justice League?
and the worst? Which one is to be like the better?
I think.
And Anna, you can vote too.
Of Justice League, Suicide Squad, and Green Lantern.
Yes.
That's kind of hard because.
Okay, we add Batman and Superman there too.
Well, I mean that's just adding the worst one because Batman and Superman is the worst one of all of those.
But Wonder Woman was there.
She was there for 5 seconds and didn't say anything.
And she kept up.
She did, but she kicked way more butt in Justice League.
True.
Like that's the thing is that like Justice League probably only is the better of those three just because Wonder Woman's in it and Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot, yeah.
Gadot, yes. She's an amazing actress and incredibly cool. Like I think the best one of those.
Wait, take out the Batman Superman.
Okay, the best one of those three, I guess, has to be Justice League just because of Wonder Woman.
The top.
Yeah, I think under that. That's really hard. I think it has to be, for me, it has to be Green Lantern because Green Lantern at least had a story, a structured story.
Okay.
It's not a great movie. It definitely has some issues, especially when it comes to CG and stuff. But like, there was a through line, and you can watch it.
Between Suicide Squad and Green Lantern, I will pick Green Lantern over Suicide Squad because there was no story in there. It was like scattered.
Suicide Squad. The positive thing I can say about Suicide Squad, it is very visually appealing, and it does a lot of things in terms of like, it is a piece of entertainment in the way of like, it's sort of like almost like a light show almost of like music and visuals and text and that sort of stuff, and it does those things well. But I think that if you don't have a story under all that stuff, you don't have a movie.
Yes.
And I think that's where directors like Edgar Wright succeeds because Edgar Wright is a very stylistic, very flashy, very music.
I'm not very familiar with the name, so
he did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is my favorite movie actually, and Baby Driver. Yes, but yeah, so I think that, the difference is that you have a director who is doing stylistic things and doing very flashy visual things, but under it is a very compelling story and a very interesting story. And I think that if you're not doing that, to me, and this is where a lot of filmmakers, it's like different opinions, is where to me story is king.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have symbolism and you can have metaphor and you can have visuals, but if you don't have a core story, you don't have a movie. And that's at least my opinion, because to me the story is the driving factor. And there are a lot of very artful what are called like art house movies, or they're all basically visual metaphors. And I'm like, good for you. I'm sure that it means a lot, and I'm sure it's very deep. But to me, that I can't watch.
All right. So, Heath, how would everybody else find you besides me coming here on Tuesday? Monday? After 5?
So I'm on Instagram it's at Heath Got Bored.
Okay.
That's my Instagram. I have a Facebook, which is just my name, or Heath Cunningham. Really, for like any business stuff, like any business inquiries or anything like that, my email is rheathcunningham@gmail.com. And then I have a YouTube page with some old stuff, so that has on there a film I did while I was in high school. It's about a 20-minute film. So actually, I think it actually turned out pretty nice. We shot it on the Arri Alexa. We used actors from LA. It's a really good production.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's not like the best thing in the world, but it's solid. And then it's also got on there the last year I made this like silly 6 series of videos with my friend. It was actually with Chris. Called Suburbia Macabre, which was like a 50s. It was in black and white. It was like a 50s, like how sort of like the 50s, but not really the 50s. Show about like sort of like those old like Karloff monsters and sort of things, and like that sort of stuff. And it's a fun little thing. Each episode, I think the longest episode is like 12 minutes. So
are you taking anybody as a project, or anybody that's wanting to do like producing a video? Would you take any new clients or whatnot?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I do video work. I do some photography. Not like I do. Obviously, you do real estate photography for a job, but like regular like people photography, portrait photography. It's not my strong suit, but I know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Editing, any sort of editing. That's sort of my bread and butter is editing stuff.
So anybody of you guys that will want you guys to have like a YouTube channel professionally done with 2 cameras rolling and Heath directing it, hit him up because you've seen our videos and you can check out his YouTube channel.
Yes, I got some stuff there, and I need to
ask him.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm
such a nice guy, down to earth guy.
Thank you.
The Southern thing that you like. That's amazing that you're helping us. I truly appreciate it because
you're
you're making our video look so beautiful. So
Yeah, and it's I'm it's not like there's like any set prices or anything. It's in every we can negotiate and sort of figure out what sort of works best or something like that or and it's not like it's not like a corporate thing. It's like a freelance thing. So.
Yeah.
And I also do like events. I forgot to say so like weddings and that sort of stuff. I do actually.
So if you need any
videography work, video work, editing.
Yes.
Yeah, because I did my cousin's wedding and I did another wedding. I think so. But that was my gift, like the wedding gift to my cousin. I was like shocked. I did like a nice professional thing. I edited someone else's wedding. So I shot and edited one wedding, and then I edited somebody else's wedding.
All right, Heath, thank you so much for being my side chick.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting us decorate these gingerbread houses and everything.
I know. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to take it home, but and you can display it for the next couple of weeks. Because we are themed Christmassy.
Yes, this is our Christmas special.
Yes. So thank you so much once again. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Heath. And don't forget to subscribe, you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye, guys. And Merry Christmas.
Yes, or Happy Holidays, or whatever you.
I say Merry Christmas.
That's true. Merry Christmas.
I celebrate Merry Christmas.
That's true. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And that way everybody's happy.
Sure.